Hi everybody, this is Crystal. I'm coming at you today with some tips on what to do if you come down with a relatively mild case of COVID. What inspired me to do some research was that several of my young Facebook friends who are like in their 20s and 30s, they have come down with COVID and they have very mild symptoms for COVID. It's kind of like for them it feels like a mild cold or a flu or kind of like a stomach virus or something like that. So I did some research on ways to help fight the COVID virus at home before it settles into the lungs and causes a lot of fluid to get in the lungs and causes you to need to be hospitalized or maybe even pass away. So hopefully, if you start feeling sick and you get that positive test result, you can kind of use these tips to keep your lungs clear and keep yourself from having to end up going on a ventilator or going to the hospital or, God forbid, passing away. Just because we have the vaccine now doesn't mean that we can just sit on our laurels and relax. I was thinking back, like with the polio vaccine when that came out in, I believe, April 1955, if I remember reading correctly. Just because that vaccine came out in April 1955 doesn't mean that polio was no more in December 1955. It doesn't quite work like that. Just because the vaccine comes out, it takes time to get to everybody and, all of that kind of stuff. Just because the vaccine comes out doesn't mean that everything is all good and all okay now. As a matter of fact, that vaccine came out in the 50s, and some countries today are still dealing with polio. So just because the vaccine comes out doesn't mean that you don't have to worry about anything. So my first tip is to sleep on your stomach. And if you're not able to sleep on your stomach for a medical reason, at least sleep on your side. This is to keep your lungs from filling up with fluid. Like if you lay on your back, you're just back like this, and it just makes it easier for your lungs to fill up with fluid. So try to sleep on your stomach. If you can't do that, your side is second best. My second tip is to walk for 15 to 30 minutes every 2 hours. And also move your arms about frequently because these movements keep your lungs clear. And also, if you're in a recliner, sit up straight. Don't be like me, okay? Sit up straight to keep fluid from getting in your lungs. All these tips are to keep fluid from getting in your lungs. When you drink your beverages at room temperature or warmer. Do not drink anything cold, okay? Good drinks include Pedialyte, Gatorade, Powerade, stuff like that to help replenish your electrolytes. And speaking of drinks, do not drink milk because even singers know that you're really not supposed to drink milk or dairy products before a performance because that causes mucus in your respiratory system. That causes mucus that can affect the way you sound. But also mucus is deadly when it comes to COVID, so you really do not want to build up extra mucus with COVID. So stay away from milk. Stay away from milk during this time period. And also, speaking of foods you can have or cannot have, also do not eat pork. That is what they said from this COVID survivors group that I was reading. They said do not consume pork. So, yeah. Anyway, they said the best pain reliever to take is Tylenol for the pain and for the fever. And also Mucinex helps with the drainage. And it's important to not let the phlegm build up or harden or become thick. It's important to keep it loose and to keep it moving so it does not settle in your lungs and cause you to end up on a ventilator or something. So the Mucinex is very important for drainage. It can be quite expensive, but I've seen the generic form even in the Dollar Tree. So if you tested positive, I don't recommend you go shopping at the Dollar Tree for it. I recommend that you call a friend or a family member or somebody and send somebody out to get it for you. So if you need any more help or tips or you have any questions or anything, please let me know. This is all from research I did online, so I don't claim to be a doctor or anything like that, but I am very interested in health and natural healing and all of that. So I hope these tips can help you. And continue to wear your mask, wash your hands, and use your hand sanitizer because with all of these new cases coming up has shown me that we just can't relax just because the vaccine is here. So hopefully everything works out well for you guys, and I will see you later. Thanks. Bye. Okay. This does not want to shut off. Bye for real now.